Hello, hello, hello to all of my Aquarius. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Aquarius. Let's get right into it. Let's get into it. So, Aquarius, this reading is for the 24th of February through the 31st of March. Let's do it. Let's see what your cards have to say as we're coming up on this first quarter moon in Gemini. We'll have questions obviously on Sunday, but first quarter moon in Gemini. For those questions, that's last Sunday's video. But let's get into it and let's see what your cards have to say. The energy has already been cleared, Aquarius. The energy has already been cleared. So let's go. Let's see what your cards have to say. We're going to try to keep this short and sweet. Congratulations to everyone who has won gifts during Aquarius season. Again, I have not forgotten about you all's 3-month video. Let's see what your cards have to say. Here we have the Ace of Cups. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Very nice. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We also have the Five of Pentacles and the Death card. All right. So Death card lets me know. Death card, by the way, is attached to Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by 2 planets, like you all are ruled by 2 planets, right? One of the ruling planets for Scorpio is a generational planet, which is Pluto. That's the planet of power and transformation. So somebody absolutely made it to the other side. There's definitely been some grieving. And so grieving doesn't always look like tears. Grieving just feels like sometimes I don't want to get out of the bed. Just like death would look like. You know how like when you think about people have transitioned, meaning that you've closed out some cycles. You had to break away from something. And so your memories, you're thinking about how things may have been, you know, in the past and what would have worked, what didn't work, you know, all those things. But again, that's where here we have the Five of Pentacles here. Somebody has just decided, you know, I need to deal with my shadow self. And shadow self has to do it with, when we're talking about Pentacles, is what do I want my name tied to? Because this is legacy wealth right here. What do I want my legacy tied to? Do I want my legacy tied to things like insecurity? We're talking about root chakra, instability, feeling emotionally drained, being impatient, career failure, someone who is not determined, like the opposite of tenacity, the opposite of career success, the opposite of patience, prosperity, loyalty, vitality, security, stability. Do I want my name tied to the opposite of those, right? And somebody decided, no, I'm going to keep investing in myself. I'm going to keep planting seeds that I want to grow when it comes to my money on the other side. So give yourself some time, Aquarius, to just focus on you. At your root chakra is developed between the ages of 0 and 7. And so you could have come from a family where you didn't learn about money. You didn't learn about what relationships, like you didn't learn some things at the core. And so the power to transform for somebody feels like, wow. It feels like I didn't realize I could do that, and you were able to do it. So congratulations to you all. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the 10 card, the 6 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords. We have the 3 of Wands and also the 5 of Wands. So the Sun card lets me know that after death, you know, after going through this rebirth, someone actually feels more youthful. Someone feels it's like somebody's mind has just completely just changed. Like, you know how you almost going to a point where I'm not really sure what's going to happen on the other side. If I close out certain cycles, what's going to happen? Well, guess what? In a very classy way, you decided I'm walking as far away from people who have manipulated me, who have lied to me, who've gaslighted me, who've done all these things. And it could have been in your family. It could have been exes that you dated. It could have been people you were married to. It could have been friends that you parted ways with. But somebody did a complete flushing. Remember I talked about last... when we had the last quarter moon in Scorpio, which was on the 13th of the month leading up to that. And I was telling everybody for the previous Sunday's question was, part of it was just letting you know that Scorpio, it digs deep until everything, not some things, but everything unhealthy and wounded is brought to the surface to give you an opportunity as a divine masculine sign to take that sword and get it right out of your water, right? Just flush it all out of your water. And that's what somebody did. Here we have the Six of Pentacles. So I see somebody, some kind of an approval coming through. It could be approval for a home. It could be some kind of an approval for additional money coming your way. In some parts of the world, it could be tax season. So some kind of an approval, something having to do with money. Here we have the Ace of Pentacles. You all have worked very, very hard to be where you are. So kudos to you, Aquarius. Again, it takes a lot of courage for a person to decide, I need to go ahead and sever ties, like some deep ties, with something to break generational cycles, curses, and chains. But you did it. You did it. Yeah, you did it. And for somebody, it did feel like, every time I try to warm up to certain people, I ended up getting burned. And so you all had an opportunity to really think about every time you thought about certain people, you either got angry or frustrated or just emotionally drained. Like, you know what, I just feel like I need to take a nap. Every time I think about them, remember, it's not just the happy times that you were thinking about people, because when you're really seriously thinking about change, Aquarius, you're thinking about serious change, not like, okay, well, maybe I'll just call them and see how they're doing. You're thinking about, nah, if I call them, we're going to go down this rabbit hole. I'm not trying to go back first 15, 20 minutes of the conversation, explain where I've been. I'd rather not, right? So I do see expansion. Here we have the Three of Wands. I do see expansion all of your cards, Aquarius. So kudos and congratulations to you all for doing it. I mean, really, really just doing it, right? So like I said before, I see this is major. This is really, really major for you all, Aquarius. Like I said, that Death card, think about death in this sense, right? We know it's a part of life, but because it's rebirth. But sometimes after you've left, after you've, and I know I have subscribers, family all over. You guys, I say family, are all over on all continents, right? So when you think about the loss of someone, sometimes it hits you immediately, but sometimes it hits you months later or years later. For some people, this is like, oh, I'm fine. And then one day you look up and something triggers you and you're going through, you feel like, oh my God, it's like hitting you like a ton of bricks. That's why I always talk about being gentle with yourself, because somebody's learning how to build their foundation from the ground up. Like, what do you want your name associated with? And you want your name to be associated with something solid. Here we have the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and also the Seven of Wands. Yes, Three of Pentacles lets me know that perfect alignment. Your money is in perfect alignment. So if and then I also see Source sending energy across your path that's not going to waste your time. There are going to be some people, because again, it's almost like a person who's learning how to teach themselves from age 0 to 7. But keep this in mind, Aquarius, you all have been here before. So you all are light years ahead of the human race already. So teaching yourself to have solid relationships with people, you don't have to automatically just be, say, I don't trust people because people have hurt me in the past. I'm sure that's true. But this is where Source wants you to trust Source. This is where Source wants you to trust Source. So here we have Hangman. None of those things that happened to you in the past, you weren't, delusional. You weren't crazed out of your mind. None of those things, right? So I do see the anxiety after leaving some of those relationships behind. It's going away. The anxiety of that's going away. That's Page of Swords. Then we have the Knight of Cups. Source taught you how to save yourselves. So you're not looking for another person to save you. So if you desire to be in a romantic relationship, when new love comes across your path, you'll really slow down and take your time, because you're building your foundation. And I do see a lot of meditation here. Here we have the Seven of Wands. I see a lot of you building your foundation and getting your solar plexus chakras back in alignment. Remember, this is your will. This is your personal power, your motivation, your confidence, your identity, your ego. This right here is your ego, right? So somebody is saying that they will do things. You're also learning how to, in this, a lot of this feminine energy that's out here, a lot of you all are learning how to keep things close to the cuff, not tell everybody what you're planning on doing. You're just doing it, right? Just making it happen. Spending a lot of time with yourselves, just learning how to be in receiving mode. Remember, money is connected to your relationships with other human beings. So you're making a small deposit and people are like, wow. See, for instance, let's say for instance, where you live right now, people are, there's like a, because I'm seeing like the exchange rate for wherever you live not being as expensive as where other people live. So you're depositing in some friendships, some of these relationships that you didn't even realize are going to last you forever, and they're going to want to do things for you for a long time. Here we have the Ten of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Dame of Pentacles, Madre Tierra, and also the Strength card. So here we have this right here. So yeah, so Source is saying to you, now that you are locked in, laser focused on your purpose, Aquarius, get your rest. Don't be afraid of getting rest for now, to just lie your head down and relax. And I say for now because you've already decided to sail away from some things that you said, I'm not looking back, no regrets whatsoever. I'm just moving on from some things and I'm not looking back. And that's going to make a lot of people very, very angry. Like I said, when somebody knows that some things are over, some things that people have tried to send your way to try to hurt you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and they know that those things are over, and you've already closed out some cycles have already been closed, you may hear voices of people from your past saying some things, and they may not be the most favorable ones, because this is how people wanted to leave you, just like this right here, zombified, in a very zombified state. So again, you've decided to move on. You're not looking back. Matter of fact, things are looking better for you all. And so that's what I'm seeing for you all, Aquarius. That's what I'm seeing for you so far. So let's get ready to close this out. Aquarius. This is very, very nice, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and get ready to close this out. Let's see what else we got going on here. So like I said before, there's a lot of wealth here for you all, because again, as long as you don't lament too much over closing out cycles, this is where you have to know beyond all shadows of a doubt that whatever cycles you've closed out in your life, whatever generational curses, chains, curses, chains, or cycles that you feel like you've had to close out in your family that could be affecting current relationships, you did it for them, right? You did it for them. You did it for yourself. You did it for whomever else. And going all the way back to the root, you've allowed that moon in Scorpio, like I said before, that we had on the 13th of January, to take you all the way back to get out everything that was unhealthy and unwounded. And unhealthy and wounded in your universe, and gave you an opportunity to take your sword and flush all it out, to get your heart chakra back in alignment. We have the Temperance card, the Nine of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Death card, again, the Emperor card, and the High Priestess. Okay, so yeah, definitely looks like there was some kind of a battle there. Could have been some battle of your mind. It could have been when when we're talking about fire energy, it could have been a battle of your mind where you just felt like, or it could have been a battle that was going on behind you that you weren't even aware of, right? So we have these two cards here. The Death card came out twice, right? And then we have the Emperor card, which is Aries. They're both ruled by the planet Mars, which is the Tower card. Tower card you don't see up here. But it looks like for you, it looks like there could have been some things that was going on, some cycles that were going on behind your, without you, I can't say necessarily behind your back. It could have been a part of your past where you decided, I needed to move on from those, and I'm moving on. A lot of people don't realize that moving on in love actually wins more battles than moving on in hate. I got to wait for something major, big to happen where they cuss me out, I cuss them out, I'm going off on them, they going off on me. All of that is drama. And so when you decide I'm closing out cycles in love, and you're moving on, and you feel like, I wish that it wasn't like that, but I still had to just move on. But see, something in you as a High Priestess, Aquarius, lets you know, I need to go ahead and close out those cycles. I wasn't delusional. I wasn't losing my mind. I wasn't going crazy. You also had loved ones who have already transitioned. They've already moved on to the next phase. In other words, you had guardian angels, some people who died watching over you, protecting you, keeping you safe from all the, just to help you to just move on with your, what we see in here, your legacy, right? Your legacy. So trying to remove yourself from a situation, from somebody between the ages of 0 and 7, was very difficult for somebody. It took somebody a long time to kind of come to grips, come to terms with releasing somebody. But I'm seeing here for you, Nine of Cups, this is wish fulfillment. So whoever you needed to let go in your family between the ages of 0 and 7, was the key that somebody needed to open up their vault door. Again, I'm not suggesting that anybody cut off family members, but only you all know what your only you know what happened between the ages of 0 and 7, right? You may not even have remembered for a while until you started to notice, wow, why am I attracting certain types of energies? Why am I attracting people who, want to stay connected to me and drop off their instability, their insecurities, their lack mentality into my water, and I'm drinking of that bitterness, like really believing that I don't deserve a certain a certain lifestyle. And so source is like, we got to take it all the way back to the root. We got the 5 of Coins again, the Knight of Cups, we had the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, also the Page of Coins, and also the Knight of Cups. So we had the 5 of Pentacles twice. So somebody really, really had to make peace with something. Maybe somebody had to make peace with both parents. Really, really come to terms. Well, maybe I didn't have the best relationship when it came to the energy of money. See, also what I'm seeing here for you all too, some things are not as, some things may be traumatic for some people, but some things may not be as traumatic as others. This is a general reading, right? So for instance, let's say, for instance, you were the child of teenage parents, right? And so they may not have known about the energy of money, or as far as relationships are concerned, or maybe you may have saw them work very hard but live from paycheck to paycheck, and they didn't really know, how to invest, how to do certain things. And then you attracted those types of energies too, thinking, okay, well, it has to take two people in order for me to live a particular lifestyle. But that didn't sit well for you. Maybe it wasn't meant for you to be in a relationship, like locked into a relationship like that. That could be something where a person just kind of slid under the radar, didn't even realize, hey, I need to take it all the way back to, between ages of 0 and 7. So again, you all know what I say. Forgive everybody for everything and decide where or if they fit into your universe at all. And so that's what I'm seeing for you all. And I'm seeing a Page of Coins. I do see new money coming across somebody's path. And I'm looking at the Knight of Cups. I thought I saw the Knight of Cups came out twice. Again, you've learned how to save yourself. You learn how to be your own knight in shining armor. So somebody may feel like they're on an island by themselves, like almost to, like, let's say one parent may not be alive, and another parent may still be alive. Somebody may said, you know what, I didn't know that was the root of it. But again, I see you being booked and busy and not burdened and bitter. That's what I see. A lot of duties and responsibilities coming across your path. Like I say, I just see victory all over the place for you. A lot of people who, and I see things moving very quickly for you in terms of your business, in terms of duties and responsibilities in the workplace. Here we have the 8 of Wands. I just see things moving like motorcycle fast, like just really, really fast for you. We have the Wheel of Fortune, which lets me know that expansion, all the time that you may have felt like you wasted on some things, remember, time is not ours to waste, it's source. So whenever we have an opportunity to wake up, there's always a lesson to be learned. Remember, we talked about the first quarter moon in Gemini. Gemini, like you, is an air sign. And Gemini is a mutable sign. And it's ruled by Mercury, the planet of learning and knowledge. And so this was a time for everybody to learn new things. So we're in this, like I said before, this moon phase that we're in is the waxing crescent moon phase. This is where you are using visualization. We talked about this during the last reading. This is where you're working on your self-confidence. This is where you are writing out your intentions and you're reading them every day. This is where you use positive affirmations every day. This is where you're anchoring your intentions by focusing on one thing is your priority. What is your goal, right? And so it looks like somebody's goal could be learning how to build like a very firm foundation from the bottom up. That's what I'm seeing for you, Aquarius, especially coming out of a not knowing how to work on your shadow self, not knowing how to, really manage money, manage relationships, because it's not just paper and coins, it's manage relationships, manage personalities that you have given access to your universe. That's what I'm seeing for you, Aquarius. So it's time for you to meditate. 35 reduces to 8, which is the money exchange number. Again, there's a lot of wealth all around you, wealthy relationships. Like I said before, you may do something for somebody in another country that where you live, the value of your money or that paper, that currency may be more than theirs. And just the fact that it didn't really cost you a lot in terms of paper and coins, for them it may have meant everything. And so you just open up a whole new amazing relationship with somebody who would really do almost anything for you. Oh, whenever you come to my country, everything is on us. I'll introduce you to everybody. So you're opening up to a whole new world of things. And so this is your opportunity to learn and grow about relationships with other people and how that ties back to the energy of money. A time to give rather than a time to take, right? So Virgo is ruled by Mercury, just like Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Like I said, the reason I said Gemini is because on the 27th we had the first quarter moon in Gemini, and Virgo is and matter of fact, we're going to have a full moon in Virgo in March. But this is where somebody is going independent, like you're independent thinking. You're already an independent thinker as it is, Aquarius. But this is where you all are really clear on the root of why you've attracted energies that you've attracted in your past, and why there has been such this strong desire for getting firmly planted on the ground. It could have also been why you were attracted to earth signs. You could have been attracted to Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorns, because of, and we're not talking about any Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgos that because they are earth signs. So that's how, for them, they have to keep everything. For them is physical existence. Like, if I learn how to manage books, manage my money, I'm taking accounting classes, I'm learning how to do this stuff, isn't just floating around in the air. I need to refer back to something that makes sense to me. So this is how you balance your checkbook. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. But even if you were raised by earth, it could have been one or both parents that were earth signs. As an Aquarius, you may have seen, like, because you get your information from the air, floating all around in the air, Aquarius, your heart chakra connected to what's confusion. Your heart chakra is connected to your thinking. So, and your heart has a mind of its own. For them, that may not have made a whole lot of sense. It's like, why are you just all over here and there and so on and everywhere? For them, it's like, this is how it makes sense to me. But for you, it didn't make sense like that. Like, I could just pick up on information just like that. So again, that's why I said, if that was the case, if you were around people who just kind of sort of, you had to learn your own way about relationships with the energy of money, and your way of learning is your connection to your heart and your connection to people. But so you're starting to see, I understand why they may have thought that way, but how I get to mine is a little bit different. So I can appreciate you thinking that way, but the way I get to mine, I appreciate that as well. Here we have 999. I am unique, and that is the truth. 999. Thank the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs, so that you can make the best of life that is still waiting to be fulfilled only by you. One of the things that you got to remember, Aquarius, and why a lot of people in this world of just a bunch of contradictions have feelings the way that they feel about you, Aquarius, because again, as an air sign, the heart chakra likes to accept and equalize. So the heart chakra is always looking for commonalities, always looking for connections, right? It's always looking for, we have the same this, or like you're always looking for what you have in common with people, right? But again, it has a mind of its own. So if you're interacting, for instance, with somebody who is, for instance, solar plexus chakra is out of alignment, then they're looking for the differences. And so that's where the issue is. It's like, somebody who doesn't know themselves, somebody who isn't confident, somebody who's not motivated, someone who doesn't personally feel powerful, someone who is egotistical and doesn't know their own identity. They come in contact with you, who has a big heart, you genuinely love people, you're a giver. All of a sudden, there's that static. There is that, but it also speaks to why you all don't really see people as competition either, Aquarius, because your heart would rather get along than fight with people. So for you to have to close out cycles and cut things off, Aquarius, it's like you're always looking for, I got to find one last thing in common so we don't go ahead and close out this cycle. But Source is saying to you, it's okay to close out the cycle. It really is. And it's reiterated here, right here. 9 is the number of death and death rebirth. So it's okay to close out these cycles, because you do have guardian angels that's letting you know it's all right. It really is all right. You're not delusional. You're not going crazy. With that mind of dreaming and that mind of imagination, it's time for you to dream bigger, because a lot of wonderful things are coming your way, Aquarius. So you don't have to waste your energy on closing out cycles and now making this make sense. All you need to do is get back to work. Like I said, lots of approvals have come your way, so you don't have to worry about it. Like I said, this number 9 right here, 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Somebody can just walk on out of that cycle, leave that cycle closed, and not even look back. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. I will see you all on, let's pull one last card, the affirmation card, since we're talking about the waxing crescent moon. Waxing crescent moon phase. So here's your affirmations that you can say. Here's your affirmations. Here are your affirmations. Acceptance. Yeah, somebody was looking for some kind of acceptance. So acceptance. I accept myself as I am. I accept what is without resistance. I have the power to choose my actions. I have the power to create change. I practice patience with myself. I am loved. I am not alone. I am at peace. Yep. So continue creating the relationships today, Aquarius. Continue investing in those relationships today. You're building foundations however you build foundations. And don't second guess yourself. Don't wonder if, is this right? Your heart, let your heart lead you. You've already flushed out all the other stuff. Let your heart lead you. There are really, really good people here on earth. Just like when you looked in the mirror today, that was a good person. And so lead with your heart. That's what I have for you, and I will see you all on Sunday. Bye.